How to keep your job in a bad economy. Even in these uncertain times, there are ways to prove you're a valuable employee and make a layoff less likely. Work can be extremely stressful as more companies continue to lay off staff. Most employees are overworked because of layoffs, and the fear of being the next person to be handed a pink slip makes our work environment even more stressful. When layoffs are necessary, the executive team making the decisions take the process very seriously, and it's just as stressful for executives as it is for the employee. Every employee is reviewed carefully. Their work, performance appraisals, salary, and punctuality are considered along with other criteria. With today's technology and the ability to keep careful employee records, the selection process is much easier for employers, and they must be certain they keep their most valuable employees. Things you'll need: watch calendar, cell phone, business hours, business attire. Instructions: punctuality is always important. Arrive 15 minutes early consistently, which gives you time to take a few minutes to get coffee, go to the restroom, or get organized before you start your work day. Even if you don't punch the time clock, the bosses know when you arrive. Say good morning to your manager as you arrive, even if you have to take a longer route to your workspace to go by his or her office. To explain to your friends and family that you can no longer accept personal emails or phone calls unless it's an emergency. It's understandable if you have to accept some phone calls, but ask that emails only be sent to your home address. We're away from our personal lives 9 to 12 hours a day in most cases, and employers should understand that you have to handle personal issues from time to time, but keep it to a minimum. 3. Discontinue to use your work computer for personal reasons. Your company's IT department can review the web pages you've browsed, and how long you've been viewing websites. With today's technology, everything can be documented. Some organizations will block websites used for personal reasons, but if your employer is kind enough to give you free access to email and the internet, don't take advantage of it. 4. Find ways to cut costs for your employer. In today's economy, every suggestion will improve your employer's profit. Get your coworkers involved. Something as simple as putting a jar next to the coffee machine asking for donations will assist in cutting costs. Any freebies an employer offers you cost money. Cutting costs can affect your salary as well, which includes annual increases for employers cutting salaries across the organization. Do your research and to make sure you're not being overpaid for your position. There are numerous websites that allow you to do comparisons regionally and nationally. When it comes time for your annual review and increase, be thankful for feedback, and don't get angry if you don't receive an increase due to budget cuts. 5. Avoid showing frustration and avoid conversations with disgruntled employees. No matter how stressful your work environment can be in this economy, some employees will be disgruntled about the cutbacks. Don't allow yourself to get involved in those conversations because everyone will be listening. You don't want to be considered a troublemaker, especially if your employer is looking to keep everyone's spirits high despite the situation. Try to stay positive, and show your employer you're grateful to be gainfully employed. Tips and warnings. Make no assumptions about your job security in a bad economy. If you survive several rounds of layoffs, there could be more in the future. Employers are reporting that they're receiving hundreds, even thousands, of resumes. Finding a new job in a bad economy is even more stressful than working for an organization going through budget cuts. When you look at the big picture, you're better off now than where you could be if you lose your job.